Salute, folks. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. Never turn the weapon tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Before I go in, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So today what we're going over is a post on Facebook where the original poster, I believe, was being facetious or joking to see how many MLM agents he could pull out the woodwork. And he made a very bold statement. A lot of agents and a lot of financial advisors and financial consultants make this asinine statement about buying term is the best because people can't afford whole life and blah, 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 blah. And then simultaneously they tell you to invest. And even people who are, registered investment advisors will say that, but the reality is they know that a person can't invest $500 a month or just about anything a month because you generally do an investment in a lump sum. So how can you buy a term policy and then invest? If you can't afford whole life insurance, you can't afford to invest. But let's take a look here. And I tried to cover the names, but it's a public forum. I'm not going to cover the names. Life insurance sales isn't MLM, but too many people treat it like it is. It's like any other form of sales, but most people have poor sales training or lack of training. There's a skill, training, and technical to sales, and there's an art to sales, closing and collecting a check. You also need to know your product. Here it goes. Term insurance is the only type of life insurance you should have. Invest the rest. Keep learning and growing. From that statement, I feel that this person was obviously being facetious, but he ended up getting a whole storm of comments due to that. So let's look at all the comments that came up there. So firstly, I went up there and I said, well, that is terrible advice, sir. And I evidenced it by going to Google and typing in the percentage of term policies that pay out. He says term life insurance lasts a set duration, typically 10 to 30 years. Term policies are generally 3 times cheaper than permanent life insurance. 99% of term policies don't pay out due to a lapse of payment. Right? So I didn't even go through the entire thread. This is just what ended up happening from my comment. So he says, yes, sir, the average person age 30 should probably have a level term policy and save about $500 a month in a Roth IRA, or as much as they are able to. 30 years later, they retire rich. That's also terrible advice, especially because that's not an investment. An IRA is not an investment. It's a fixed product. So I says, absolutely not, sir. That's a way to make you and your MLM rich, not the client. But I'm not going to argue here. You may want to join a group called Life Insurance Agents and get some more knowledge, especially as the study showed 99% of term policies don't pay out. Not only for lapse, they outlive the policy and convert them to permanent, but anyway, continued success. Then he had another person who decided to delete all their comments. This Cam J. Browick person stated that 99% of permanent policies don't pay out. And I said, well, right, like 99% of the people whose policies lapse. You're stating it like investing, which a Roth IRA is not an investment, is guaranteed. What you're telling people is to plan to die in 19 years, as the most commonly sold term policy is 20 years, right? At least this person was able to fight back and forth. Let's see. I will always prioritize custom knowledge over knowing my product. Knowing your product helps close the sale. Knowing your customer, you can sell them anything and everything. See, these are what people are saying, right? But let's go to, again, just the one that started here. He says, hey man, I get it. Just do yourself a favor and make sure you're putting money away in the S&P 500. In 30 years, you'll thank me, which a lot of people say that. But again, if you saw my last video showing you about the break-even point, if you put your money directly in an index or anything, and these people are saying, oh, you're better off because you'll get, 10% versus a life insurance policy because it's low percent. Right, but that 10% that you're getting from the S&P is not guaranteed. And then when you have a winning year, if you have a losing year, and you're going to have more losing years than you are winning years, you barely break even. But again, it sounds nice to the consumer. Yeah, that insurance, I get a low percentage rate. No. Right? So I said, well, seeing I have policies that mirror the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, the MSCI, I'll be fine. I hope you guys' errors and omission is up to date because you're going to get sued. But wait until Regulation BI rolls out. Anyway, I'm not arguing. I'm telling you why I'm right. And again, an IRA is not an investment. You're misleading people. It's a fixed product. And then this person says to the other person who deletes his comments, so 99% of term policies don't pay out. Every whole life pays out. Now, where he says every whole life pays out, I have to disagree there. Every whole life does not pay out because you have the same thing. People do lapse their whole life policies as well. And when you lapse your policy, it does not pay out. And the percentage of whole life, the percentage of all life insurance that doesn't pay out, only 26% of life insurance policies pay out. There's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of it is lapsing. A lot of it is the buy, borrow, die strategy. He says exactly, these two advisors don't work with high net individuals. And here it is. They are Primericans. So you'll get a lot of Primericans, Dave Ramseyans, and asset under management advisors like CPAs and CFPs who don't understand insurance or they do understand insurance and understand that it's more beneficial for the client. However, they also understand that more assets under management is more beneficial for them. And they happen to know about behavioral finance. You see, most people who don't understand the financial world, they invest emotionally. So emotionally, it feels good to go on that roller coaster ride, right? Did you know that with behavioral finance, people they dislike seeing losses more than they prefer seeing gains. So that's why you'll see people who, oh snap, this stock went down, I gotta sell it, as opposed to staying steadfast. If you want real financial advice from a licensed financial professional, click the link in my description. With that being said, wipe ass, ladies and gentlemen. Work in progress every day and see success. And remember, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.